60, 75 is our stop. I'll fix the limit order in a second. 76, 66. 65, 75. There we go. All right. I'm trying to decide if I want to protect the trade early just because of that level that's below the New York level. And I think I do. Like, I hate to get stopped out super quick, but I have a reason to do that right now. So let's just protect the trade. So if it comes crashing down super early, we'll just reevaluate and make a decision as to whether or not to re-enter. And if it goes, then great. And in the meantime, I'll work on just setting this up so that it's perfect on my trading view.
Order filled.
All right, so this one just got stopped out.
Stop filled.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause. We're just going to take our time and like let this, we're just going to watch this for a second. And again, the reason being is because we have another level. We have New York's level right below. So we could definitely reach for that level. And my presumption is that we're going to. We gotta watch it, but I think we're going to, because the nature of these trades, these entries, is they usually take off very quickly. So if there's any kind of hesitation, then I wanna pause, watch it, let it show its hand. I think we want New York's previous day low. All right, and I'm getting signals that contraindicate taking the long right now. So if this were to pull up, I might just miss the opportunity because I want to be safe. So now we're waiting for the lower level to get hit. Alright, so now I'm waiting for somewhere around 19.81825. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna be patient. Market comes to us today. Market comes to us. Doesn't come to me, I don't want it. So there are some things that look really good about this being a potential entry. But rule of thumb, if I can come up with 2 reasons not to take a trade, may as well be a million. 2 is like, no, you don't touch it. And I can come up with 2 reasons not to take this trade. So I'm not taking it. I want the ones that look perfect today. Perfect. And if the market likes this level that much, honestly, it'll probably come back and give me an entry around the same level. That doesn't, and I probably, I won't get any signals that contraindicate me taking the trade. And you can see we've definitely created an imbalance on the way up, so the market is going to come back and tag that imbalance. And even we have yeah, it looks like we've created 2 fair value gaps. And so even if we came back and only tagged 78% of the highest fair value gap created, that still gives an entry that's below. God, I'm cold. My that's right at my key level, basically. So just be patient. All right, so we're just waiting to see if we can, if we get another tap on in our area of interest, but it also needs to meet all conditions. All conditions need to be met to take it. I'm not a big fan of taking entries at fair value gap retracements, like when it pulls back into them, and I'm just not a huge fan. Just because for me personally, I've had a lot of trades fail like that. So it doesn't mean that fair value gaps don't work. It could just mean that perhaps I don't have the proper discernment for when to use them exactly and when not to all the time. But I would say that this is probably a good one to use, but like I don't want to use it again because I have a key level that's marked right in the same area, and I would depend on my key area, which has like 4 major criterions that would be met if it gets hit. So that's just like more powerful to me. I like the fact that I'm seeing a bullish imbalance there, but I don't want to depend on that to take an entry because I know that there's potentially we just have 2 other key levels that I can depend on that meet very specific criteria that I'm just very comfortable with and has a very high win rate. Um, so that's what I'm gonna stick to. If you've been following, you know that I've been pointing out that for the past couple of days, the market had been pulling back into fair value gaps, or rather imbalances, 78%, like to the T, for the past couple days, which which has been really interesting. So like right now we got a 50% pullback into that imbalance. Personally, while I believe that like a 50% pullback is really all you need, I don't like those, because I prefer to see like a 62, like a 0.618 to a 0.78 pullback into these imbalances, before like fully trusting them. So I don't know, if you do trade those, just watch for that. But I think if you're a scalper, like what I noticed is that the imbalances, like they'll get pulled into about 50% the first time, and then it'll run back up, but then it'll come back and do a deeper pullback. So like, but if you're a scalper, you could definitely take that initial 50% pullback and be done with it. So that's a good, if I was a scalper, I'd probably use that. We wait. And so also like I've been using the 1 minute to take entries. Um, but I'm also at the same time I'm watching the 30-second chart, 30-second candles as well, and just kind of like collecting data. And over time I'll be able to ascertain whether or not 30-second candles are enough to be able to make entry decisions on. And like this last one that that I just passed the that I just passed up re-entering on, like for the 1 minute, it did not meet criteria, but in the 30-second it actually did meet criteria. It was like kind of interesting. So it, based on the like what I'm seeing with the 30-second chart, it eliminated one contraindication that the 1 minute chart gave. So there would have been, in that case, one reason not to take the trade as opposed to two. And I'll take the trade if there's only one reason not to take the trade, right? So I'm just collecting data on that over time. So if I get like enough consistent examples that basically say like, yeah, it's safe to trust, you know, the 30-second chart, then like I'll start using that as well, like in conjunction with the 1 minute. But yeah, based on that 30-second time frame chart, yeah, that chart definitely gave a beautiful entry, and it would have been very safe, and it would have just shot right into profit. So it's good to see that. But I just want to see it more consistently before I start using it. It is bright outside. Alright, we're just waiting. We're waiting for the market to come to us. Alright, so we're at about 50% of that range that I was referring to earlier. So definitely possible that we could get a rejection and a move back down. But if we do continue to move up, then I would expect that we're basically looking to run into the liquidity above London's high. And it looks like a pretty strong move, so that would make sense, because if we're going back to the 15-minute swing high, that's exactly where that would put us. And then I don't have any let's see. Yeah, there's no other. That might be, it might be a more clear trade to take, just because there's no other liquidity that's liquidity level that's untapped, that's lingering around there. So like when we shot down and we hit London's liquidity to the downside, right, I had to be a little bit more careful, because I knew that there was a very close New York previous day low that was just below that level. So, you know, that can make it a little tricky, a little confusing, can make you want to hesitate a little bit, or, you know, just be extra protective on your trade. But if we smack into London's liquidity to the upside, I don't have any other significant liquidity marked on my chart in that area. So I would be happy to just trust that level and take the power of 4 right there. We have an imbalance here, a very pretty one, sitting right atop VWAP, so I'm pretty sure we'll come back, we'll pull into that imbalance, probably retest VWAP, and probably continue to move up from there. Per the usual, I'm going to expect about a 78% retracement into that imbalance, which would put us at about 19,930.50. 19,930.50, so it'd be like right there. So yeah, we'll probably smack VWAP and move back up. Alright, in the meantime, because I am expecting a move up to London's liquidity, I'm just going to check the 3-minute and the 5-minute chart and see if there looks like any viable opportunity to slip inside of this. I don't think so. I like for the 3-minute and the 5-minute to agree. Alright, so we hit our level, we hit VWAP. If anything, this would be the entry to take to get inside of this move up to London's high. I just don't like fair value gap entries. PTSD. Kind of wanting to enter this trade.
Order filled.
I'm going to take it on top step. $20.01150. It's a bit of a late entry, but it's fine. I'm pretty sure I know where it's going. I'm sorry, I feel selfish taking a trade on a screen that you can't see, but I mean, you heard where it got entered. Alright, so overall though, I'm just waiting for the market to get up to London's high. Alright, once we run that short-term swing high right there, I'm going to apply a break-even stop on my trade on top step. Actually, I'm gonna apply one now, so I have a break even on the trade. It's a late entry, but I'm in at 19,955.50. And I'm just targeting I'm just targeting London's high, that's all. I threw a break-even stop on it early just because I just don't have like 1,000,000,000% faith in fair value gap entries. Even though thus far this one has done exactly what you would expect it to do and want to see it do, but still. So this one might get stopped out. It's not a good entry. But it's a free trade, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so we continue to wait. We continue to wait.
Order filled.
Alright, so that one got stopped out, break even. It's a bad entry. It's not really that surprising. You're probably wondering if I care less about my top step accounts. Like, why would I take that on my top step accounts and not on... It's not that. It's not really that. It's not that I care less about my top step accounts, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm a little bit more loose with the top step accounts than I am with the Apex accounts. But I think it's just because, like, I've had a mission to get to, like, 20 funded accounts with Apex for like a while. So I'm just protective over that dream, I guess, That could be it. So, since I've been putting like a lot of weight on really following the rules to my power of 4 strategy this week, I'm treating it like a case study on just that particular strategy. I'm noticing that, like, if I were to only trade power of 4, this is absolutely like the entries are very like sniper like, right? So if you hesitate, and the moves are big, right? So if you miss a move, right, like, think about it, ever since the market came down to this level and exploded up, like, look how long this one push has been going. So you got to get in super fast, and if you miss a move, you might spend a lot of time waiting for like the next one to come, because these are fairly big moves in the market, because they're like significant areas that you're taking entries from. So I don't want that to make me want, like, become more impulsive, but it's just something to observe and just be aware of, So if over time I determine that like the 30-second, candles are like okay to use to get into the trade, that could help me. to not have to pass up on some of these potential entries. So that could be cool. But it's just it's gotta show to be true over time. It's gotta be true.
Order filled.
Alright, so I'm just gonna get back in this on the top step account. I'm gonna apply my break even super early. So we got a free trade. I'm sorry again. Sorry it's not on this screen. I apologize. We're gonna target London's high. Yeah. 20.01150 again, same level. Oh my god, get it. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can get a nice straight shot up from here. And you can see Tradovate got London's level already marked right there, 20.01150 on the dot. And I am looking to take a short from there. Depending on how everything looks once we get there, I'm still gonna have to evaluate it and make sure it looks good and meets all the criteria at that exact time. But that's what I'm looking for. Alright, it's almost showtime. It's almost showtime.
Order filled.
Alright, cool. So we hit the level. That trade's over. That was a winner. It was good. How are we feeling about this? How are we feeling about this? We ran the liquidity. That looks good.
Order filled.
Order filled.
I think it looks good. 26.50 is my stop. Tentative limit order. I don't know if I want a break-even stop early or not. So on I think this would be a good one to apply an early break even just because we're trading against momentum. I know I am breaking a rule and it could lead to me just getting stopped out, which would be annoying, but it is what it is. We're gonna leave it just like that. All right, here is my short. Let me set this up here for a 3-to-1. My entry is 20.00.25 and 3-to-1. Okay, so my exit's gonna be 19.94625. And that entry is just a little sooner than the other one at 50. So that exact profit should be 19.94550. 19.9 is like slightly off. All right, we're gonna drag our stop a little bit on this just to protect profit, because we're in an area where we actually might see a bounce before it hits the TP, so just in case. So let's just lock in a little bit. All right, so protecting some profits, but also just giving it room to move down. If I wasn't trading two accounts, like I probably, like when we got to this point right here, I probably would have had already like dragged my stop a lot lower, but I'm over here trying to manage two separate accounts, so it is what it is. And we do have an imbalance it's gonna probably try to reach back into. But these key levels will get they'll get pulled back into like multiple times during the day. So it's not uncommon to see it run down and then run back up to the level, you know.
Order filled.
All right, so both of those are filled. Get rid of that. All right. Okay, that was a good successful trade. We got a 3-to-1 out of that on both the Apex and Top Step. Power of 4, baby. Power of 4, let's go. Yeah. All right, I'm not done for the day though. The Top Step accounts are up 666. That's gross. Like, it's not gross because it's still profit, but I don't like that number. That's weird. Makes me uncomfortable. All right. I'm actually like, do I want to take any more trades? I've taken, what, 3 trades on Top Step. I had a break even on Apex and a winner on Apex. That's 2 trades. I don't really prefer to go above that. That might actually be like a good place to just stop. I could take a nap right now. Yeah, yep. We're done. See you next time.